There are many different types of nodes in N8N, but some are more useful than others. And today we're going to be going over the most useful N8N nodes and the ones you would be using most. Uh, the HTTP request is used to call an HTTP request. So it's basically like uh, your browser calling a method on a link. So this URL is an API to get a joke, a really funny joke, as you can see. Um, this edit fields node is used to edit a variable. So here I added a field. I named my variable slash field, and then I set the value of my variable slash field by dragging the setup and the punchline into the value like that. And then the send message node is a Gmail node to send a Gmail to someone. So basically you add the text you want to send, your email, your operation, and then you have to link your Gmail account, which I will show to do how to do in another video. Then here, so what this does, as you could see, was it gets a joke, it edits the joke, the field, so it turns into one variable, the setup and the punchline, and then it sends the joke to my email. Then we have an on-form submission, which I showed in the triggers triggers video with field name, with a name, email, and occupation. Now the switch is basically like an if statement. To see if a condition is true, then it would follow a certain path. So here I am checking if the email ends with gmail.com to make sure it's safe. And if it does not end with gmail.com, then it is unsafe. You could just add a routing rule, one more routing rule. And the data columns, the insert row using the data fields, data table. Um, so uh, it takes it maps the column out. So you make a column using your data table, and it maps it out the form submission name and the form submission email and the occupation in the occupation slot. So if I were to demonstrate this, as you can see, I submitted the information and it got the information here, the submitted at and the mode. Then the switch checks if it ends with Gmail, and it does end with Gmail. And then the insert row would insert the names I inserted. Then we have the AI agent, which works hand in hand with the chat message. So basically, you just send a message and it sends a request, API request to your AI agent. So this gives a chat output, which you could see here. So uh, the chat input variable, you could also define it. So you could just define it regularly with text. So it would be you type your prompt in, and then you have to add model, which I just added Gemini, and then memory, which is connected to the session ID. So this is basically like the memory you have normally with your with your AI, so they remember stuff. And then we have tools which are extremely useful as you can run certain programs for certain things. For example, if you have a code tool that changes a video to an audio file, you could give it to the AI to tell it to change the that's what changed the video to an audio file. So you could just automate tasks like that. And that these are the basic nodes in N8N. And don't go taking my job just yet. Thank you for watching.